All right, it's almost 2024, and at this point of the year, you're probably thinking about your 2024 business plan. So I decided to do a video solely devoted towards the right way to create a 7, 8, and even 9-figure business plan that you can actually follow through and execute in 2024. Now, here's the problem. Most business owners, real estate professionals, loan officers, B2B service agents, they have a problem. They're not actually developing a real business plan. What they're developing is a list of goals and action steps to achieve the goals. You may be asking, well, Isaiah, what the hell is the difference? Well, there's a huge difference, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I'm going to break down an 18 or 19 step process that I've used to create 7, 8-figure, and even approaching a 9-figure business. Now, if you've done a business plan the old way, it's not necessarily your fault. I find that most coaches, consultants, and influencers, they actually have been just taught to do a business the wrong way, and therefore they're teaching you to do a business the wrong way. I had the privilege when I first got into real estate and started my first business with my partners in our brokerage. I was actually linked up with a Fortune 500 executive, and he taught me a unique way to do a business plan, not only the right way, but to actually execute on the business plan. So it just wasn't just a glorified set of goals that we felt all really good and happy about, and then we never looked at again the rest of the year. You probably can relate. So in this video, I'm gonna break down a step-by-step process on not only how to create a business plan, but how to execute relentlessly and methodically against that business plan so that you don't only meet your goals, but you actually exceed your goals financially, professionally, and personally. So if you're excited about this video, make sure you stay to the end, because I'm also gonna give you a template that you can take with you to go do your business plan to make it a whole lot easier. And as a bonus in this video, I'm gonna share with you how to use AI to speed up the process of creating a formal business plan, but also more exciting things that you can do with AI that are actually in the checklist I'm gonna give you at the end. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so let's get started with the first part of your business plan. And I'm gonna probably have to turn this into a 2 to 3 part series, because I wanna make sure you get this right and you have everything you need for 2024. So if you haven't yet, like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the future videos I do on this topic. All right, so let's talk about the real goal of a business plan, right? It might seem obvious, but some people don't really understand what the true goal of a business plan is, and therefore they do it wrong, or they don't see enough value in doing the plan the right way, so they don't take the time or put the energy into doing it the right way, leading to this vicious cycle of not hitting goals, being frustrated, not achieving the financial future that they want, et cetera, et cetera. And it all starts because they don't have the right framework. So let me just start off with the framework. So if you look at a good business plan, the first thing you want to do with your business plan is you actually want to analyze your business. So before you dive into building the plan, you want to look at what's going right and what's not working. So you want to look at what's going right and also what you need to work on so you can build your business plan around it. So what I like to do is I like to break my business down to what I call key impact areas. And this is a very, very simple concept, but it's very, very powerful. So if you look on my screen right here, you're gonna see what I call the sales acceleration blueprint. Okay, this blueprint breaks down the different impact areas of your business and then gives you the best practice on what to do in those impact areas to make sure you're gonna achieve your financial goals that you want to achieve. So the first thing I do is I grade how good my offer is. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I look at how good my offer is in the current market. So for an example, we all know how fast technology has changed. We all know how fast our client expectations changed. If you're in real estate, how the interest rates affects maybe the type of leads that you're working or the business that you're going after. So the first thing I always like to do is I like to evaluate how good my offer is to the marketplace. And I'm going to give you a checklist. If you stay to the end, you'll see a checklist on how I evaluate the offer and how I score the offer to make sure that the offer is actually in alignment, okay, with the niche in the target market that I'm going after. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. The next thing I do is I grade myself on how well I'm marketing that offer. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well am I doing on actually not only developed a modern day marketing plan, but actually executing against that marketing plan. And then I move into sales. How well am I actually selling that offer, right? And what are my conversion rates? And then I move on to the next key component is how well am I servicing that offer? And then what am I using for technology to help me scale faster and quicker and help grow the company? How well am myself and my team actually adopting that technology? And then from an operational standpoint, how good of a job are we doing putting standard operating procedures, right, in the business to make sure that each one of those other impact areas are running well? And then last but not least, matching it up to the actual business plan on a weekly basis to make sure that it's all coming together. And if you look again at this graphic, the key to this image, even though it's simple, what's so powerful about this image, you can see how each impact area affects each other. So if you don't have key projects or key milestones within each impact area, you can be growing an unbalanced business or a business that has a lot of friction in it, which will slow and virtually guarantee you not to hit your goals. So that's the starting point. Now, once you've scored yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, now you can start building the business plan. All right, so now you're getting ready to build your business plan. The old school way of actually building your business plan out was to have to do all the research yourself and have to think of all the answers yourself and write everything yourself or pay a consultant to do this for you. The new way is to leverage AI and technology to help you with this, speeding up the process, actually in a lot of ways becoming more accurate with your business plan, and overall having just a better, more fun experience building a business plan. And so what I encourage you to do is whatever form of AI that you're using, whether it's ChatGPT or Google Bard or one of the other ones that are out there right now, I encourage you to program it to become your co-CEO. So what I've done is through a company I founded called Ren360, we've actually created our own custom AI assistant that has become our co-CEO. So literally, this assistant sits in meetings with us, and we ask it questions, and it's been programmed based on our mission, our vision, our values, our target market, our background, what we want to achieve. It's been given all of our financials, et cetera, and it literally acts like a co-CEO when it's helping us make decisions. So the first thing I want you to do is look at this prompt that's going to pop up on your screen and take this prompt into your favorite tool and program your own co-CEO. Why should you take the time to do this? Well, you should take the time to do this because it's going to save you probably 4 or 5 hours of research, give you better answers, and I'm also going to give you examples of other prompts that you can give it to help you with each part of your business plan. So pause this video and go do that right now. Okay, so at this point, you should have done your score card, so to speak, on your business. You should have analyzed your scorecard. And again, just to reiterate why this is important is because if you can't attach a number or measure where you're at in your business, it's hard to actually identify the areas of improvement. So you should have done that. You should have also programmed your own AI assistant, and now you are ready to build the business plan. All right, step number 3, this is what's called your executive summary. All right, so again, you can see step number 3, which is going to pop up on your screen right here. And the purpose of this for your business plan is a little bit different than if you were going to go raise capital. There's 2 different types of executive summaries. If you're going to go raise capital, it might be more an in-depth summary of the entire business plan. For this particular instance, I want you to use an executive summary to recap where you are, what you've achieved over the past year, some things that you struggled with, and what you foresee you want to happen in the next year. So you're kind of doing a recap on what went well, what you need to work on, and what you want to see happen over the course of the following year. This gives you a really good framework, and then what I want you to do is actually give that to your AI assistant. And once you give it that information, it's going to give you some context, and you can just literally say, hey, here's my executive summary. I want you to have this information for future prompting. Very, very helpful. All right, let's move on to step number 4. And again, if you have not done step number 3, pause this video right now and make sure you do step number 3 before you move on to step number 4 so we can build this out together. All right, so step number 4 is all about coming up with your mission statement. Some of you might already have a mission statement. Some of you, your mission statement is just words slapped on a piece of paper and has no meaning. all right? And maybe you should rethink what your mission statement is, all right? So the value of a mission statement is it kind of acts as your guiding compass to all of the things that you do in your business. For an example, if your mission is to serve home sellers that are 55 and above and help them with X, Y, Z, everything you do to improve your offer is going to revolve around that mission, okay? So what I want you to do is take this prompt that you see up on your screen and go to AI and start brainstorming some missions, some mission statements, and maybe look up some other ones that other people have used in your marketplace if you don't already have a strong mission at this point. So pause this video and take action on this step. All right, congratulations, you have a mission statement. This is what's going to guide you on every move that you make in your business. Now it's time to come up with a vision statement. Well, Isaiah, what the hell is the difference between a mission and a vision? I used to get them confused all the time. Eventually, really the biggest difference is a vision statement is forecasting of what you want to have achieved way into the future. So for an example, my mission statement with my coaching and consulting is to help 100,000 real estate professionals and business owners achieve 7 figures and beyond to help them improve their financial and personal future. So that's my personal vision statement. That guides me, right, as I'm making decisions along the way, and it helps me forecast what I want to achieve. So I have a prompt for you to help you with your vision statement. Go ahead and put that prompt in that's popping up on your screen right now, and put that into your AI assistant, and it'll help you come up with a vision statement. Okay, so we are on to step number 6. Now we're going to define our core values. Most people think this is just something that, again, is put on a piece of paper or maybe a waste of time. And a lot of people don't take for granted values in your business. But I want you to think about something for a second. How many times have you left a company because of how you were treated? Or how many times have you worked with somebody that was extremely negative and they caused a problem? Or whatever example that you might have in your business. The point is the values that the business operates under and the decisions that you make against those values are everything. And you can really make a lot of mistakes and prevent a lot of mistakes by having a good core set of values. And it's important to think through what these values are for your personal and your business life. And so what I've done here is giving you a prompt to help you come up with your values. So pause this video and go put this prompt to help you come up with your own values. All right, we are making progress. You have an executive summary at this point. You have your mission statement. You have your vision statement. You have your own values. Now, hopefully you're starting to see the difference between how a business plan should be done and just putting goals on a piece of paper with an action step. You're actually framing out what makes this business different than every other business, and really the core of what's going to run this business and help this be successful over the next 5 to 10 years. And that's why if you heard my other videos, I believe in making decisions based on decades and not based on what I want in the day. And that's part of that is putting together a good business plan. All right, now we're on to step number 7. That's actually doing a competitive analysis. Do you know your competition? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know your competition, either locally or nationally? How do you know what they're doing well? How do you know what they're not doing well? And what they're doing well, how well are you modeling and bringing into your business what they're doing well? And what they're not doing well, have you found opportunities? So what I do in each one of my business ventures, whether it's the real estate business, whether it's coaching and consulting or my digital marketing company, is we're always looking and watching our top 3 to 5 competitors. We're looking at the moves that they make. We're looking at what they're doing well. We're looking at what we think they can work on. And this gives us a competitive advantage, both when we're speaking to people that are considering us over them, but also it helps us innovate smarter, faster, and better by keeping our eye on our competition. Really, really important to do. Most professionals don't do this well. So what I want you to do is use this prompt, okay, to do a competitive analysis on your competition and find your unique opportunity with what they're doing and what they're not doing. Let me give you a quick example. I have a client that is part of our 7-figure success community with our coaching and consulting company, Grow CEO. And what they did is they really wanted to go in the 55 plus niche for their real estate business. And they did a competitive analysis, and they realized that most of their competitors are not putting out good educational content, particularly YouTube videos or any videos like it, on the topics that 55 plus want to hear. And so because she did that research, she found a niche that she's going to be able to speak to in that 55 plus community and provide amazing education that her other competitors are not, and make sure she pushes and market the education as part of her unique value that she brings to the table. And if she does that the right way, she could literally go viral within that niche in her local community, and within 1 year or less be known as the go-to expert for 55 plus with her real estate business. Super exciting, really important to do. Okay, we're on to step number 8, trends and opportunities. Okay, so this is where you need to know what's trending in your business, what's being innovated, what's happening, and making sure that you have cutting edge products to speak to that niche. Okay, so in my world, in the real estate world, there is an issue with mortgage rates at the time of me shooting this video. So what we did is we did research on some competitive mortgage companies that will actually allow you to refinance no cost if their mortgage rate drops. This helped us create a competitive edge, and because of the research that we did, combined with trends and opportunities, we're able to come up with competitive products. Another example is understanding other trends that you can speak to and help a specific niche. So for an example, right now, our coaching and consulting company is really going to help work with loan officers and also real estate professionals because of everything that's happening with the legislation. We're going to help them work through that and how to position themselves as the go-to expert to work with a certain niche within the buy side of the business. So these unique opportunities help you create a competitive advantage, and then you do all of your marketing around that advantage. So here's a prompt for you to put up on your screen to help you come up with a competitive advantage and look at trends and opportunities. All right, your next step is taking everything that you've learned so far and then now coming up with a unique value proposition to couple with your service offering and the different levels of service that you're going to provide or whatever applies to your specific business. This is when you start documenting the problems that your clients are having and the solutions that you're coming up with, and then framing that out and packaging that in a way that's attractive to the marketplace. Here's a prompt to help you do that. Okay, now that we have the core of our business plan done, this is when it starts getting fun. Now we start getting into the goals. You see, the old way of doing a business plan, in which a lot of you have been taught, is you go right to the goals. So hopefully you're really starting to see the difference again between the right way to do a business plan and the way that sets you up for pretty much failure. So how you do your goals, I have a really awesome prompt to help you do your goals. And most people, they just set a sales goal. But what they do is they don't set any performance goals outside of that sales goal that lead you up to the sales goal you want to achieve. I call these leading indicators versus lagging indicators. The lagging indicators, whether you're going to hit your goal or not, and the leading indicators, all of the things that you have to be tracking to make sure you hit your goal. Here is an amazing prompt to help you do this the right way. All right, so now that you have your yearly sales goals, we're going to break this down into quarterly milestones so you can track on a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis to make sure that you're hitting milestones along the way. Here's a prompt to help you do that. Okay, now it's time to come up with a marketing and sales plan so that you can make sure that your goals become a reality. So here's what I want you to do is I want you to think of all of the different marketing activities that you have in your mind of what you're going to do to bring awareness to your offer, and then what activities you're going to do, you and your team are going to do to improve your sales process, and then put that into a marketing plan. Here's a prompt to help you with that. Okay, step 14 is identifying what team members that you need to put in place to help you actually execute on the business plan, including the sales and marketing plan. So here's what I want you to do is I want you to break down your business into 5 key areas: sales, marketing, service, technology, and operations. Where are your strengths? Where are your weaknesses? And identifying people that can help you ensure that you get to the goal, because the reality is that if you don't have good vendor partners, subcontractors, and employees to help you hit the goal, then it's going to be really, really hard to make any of this happen. All right, moving on to the next step. Now we're going to actually come up with our financial projections and our budget. All right, I've got a really kick-ass prompt for you that's based on the industry best practices on how much money you should be spending in each area of our business. Most people get this wrong. They're spending too much money in one area and not enough, and therefore their business is growing imbalanced, and or they're spending over budget and they're not running a profit first business. So click on this prompt right here, or check this prompt out, I should say, right here, and it will help you come up with a really kick-ass budget. All right, the next step is mitigating against risks. So what you want to do is make sure that you're thinking through all of the risks, okay? Do you have any risks with your technology scaling with you? Do you have any risks with time management? Do you have any risks with laws changing? Do you have any risks with partners that maybe aren't reliable, right? So mapping out all of the risks, okay, that you have personally and professionally that could stop you from hitting your goal. And then what I want you to do is make sure that you mitigate against those risks and come up with a plan B or a plan A or plan B to make sure that that risk doesn't become a reality. All right, so now it's time to do this personally. So the same best practices of running a budget for your business, you should also be doing this for yourself personally. So I've developed a prompt here, and in this prompt, it'll recommend how the average business owner should be spending their personal finances, breaking the budget down into different areas of your business, as well as being able to create a really sound financial plan and a retirement plan as a business owner. So check this prompt out to help you do that. All right, congratulations. You have made it through the core of your business plan. There's a couple things left to do here. The first thing is to make sure that you actually have a cadence to follow through on your business plan. So what we do is we set up impact area meetings to make sure that we're following through on our business plan. So what we do is we come up with projects for marketing, we come up with projects for sales, we come up with projects for service, we come up with projects for technology and projects for operations, and then we assign due dates to those projects, and each week we report on what's happening with those projects to make sure we're moving that part of the business forward. The projects are directly related to the key milestones, and we believe if we complete that project, it'll move the key milestone, which is then resulting into most likely resulting into achieving the goal. If you don't have a meeting cadence, most likely your business plan will fall off. People will get off track, you will lose focus, and the business planning will become a complete waste of time. So this is a very simple concept, but it is a growth hack to have a meeting once a week with a specific part of your business, and you ask yourself what's going well, what do we need to work on, what are the KPIs, what are the key performance indicators, and then you come up with action steps, and you do that every single week. You'd be shocked at what happens in your business. So as promised, I'm actually going to provide you the checklist. So somewhere in this video, you can actually click and download the checklist for your information. You can literally go down back through this video, go through the checklist, and I'm even provided you a sample of my business plan to help you along the way, so you can go through it, make a copy of it, and take the information out of this. Now, I did this for real estate. Most of my coaching clients are real estate clients, but it's applicable to any industry. And you can, feel free to take that, use it. It's worked for me extremely well over the past 8 years. We've done over $40 million cash collected between all of our businesses, and this is what we do every single year. So I hope you found this helpful. Now I want to leave you with this, okay? Peter Drucker has a famous quote, and what he says that there's a big difference between doing things right and then doing the right things. And I'm going to add one thing to that quote. Now, he's a billionaire, so I want you to just listen to that one more time, and then I'll add my portion to it. There's a difference between doing things right and then doing the right things. Process that. A lot of us may be doing things right. But if we're not doing the right things that move the needle to get real results, then we're going to run into a problem, because we're going to be spending our time doing things right, but we're doing the wrong thing, and that's why we're not getting the results. I'm going to add one thing. It's not only about doing things right, but doing the right things, but also tracking your results to make sure you're doing the right things the right way. Because if you're not doing the right things the right way, you still might not get the result you want. I'm going to give you an example. How many people you know go to the gym every day? But that doesn't mean that they're doing the right things the right way at the gym. And therefore, because maybe they're not measuring or they're not doing the right exercises for their body type or the right plan to achieve their goals, even though they're doing the activity, they're still not achieving their goals. And that's really the difference between somebody who's a growth CEO, entrepreneur, and somebody who's a professional, is somebody that actually not only does the right things, but they're measuring to make sure they're doing the right things the right way, and they're making improvements every single day. I'm 100% confident that you'll achieve amazing results with this business plan. And thank you for your time and attention. If you thought this was valuable, make sure you share it with the entrepreneur community, anyone in the real estate community that it can help. And I'll see you in the next video.